Hello Choppers, and welcome to our Quickie preview of Taelmoor, a cooperative technology scan and play game that is a dungeon crawler, narrative adventure. It's really awesome. It's for 1 to 6 players, ages 14 up, plays in about 60 to 90 minutes. There's so much content just in the prototype that I got that I'm gonna have to try to show you this really quickly. As you can see, we have the 6 base characters here: the barbarian, the cleric, the dwarf, the rogue, the wizard, and the elf. And each one of these has a QR code that you're going to be able to scan, as well as a two-digit, I guess, code that if you can't scan this with your phone, you'll be able to input that instead. Like you see, this one is C3 for the dwarf. So I'm going to show you the app that you're going to use real quick, as well as show you how the different pieces work. And we're going to do this really quickly for the Quickie preview. It's probably going to go over our normal length. I'm already really into the intro, so let's get this going. Now, to begin, whenever you scan, I don't know if they're going to have the code on the rulebook or if they're just going to have the app you can download from whatever app store you're using on Android or Apple or whatever. But you will be entered into a certain room. Like you see right here, I have this room right here, which is hashtag 7 lowercase and 9 lowercase r. And whenever you get this room, you will be able to share that with the other players, and they will be able to play on their own smart devices that have internet access. Now, if they can't, they can still use your phone for passing turns, but they will be able to use their own phone, which is, I think it is a wonderful thing to be able to do with this, as long as you're still able to sit around scan. So like you can see here, it says everything has a QR code on it. You got to choose your class by scanning the QR code on the front of the character sheet. So I will scroll down here and close this here, and see, my game is, the ID is right there, and I can actually share it and push it to share it with people. So let's go ahead and scan a class. Now my favorite class is the cleric. So this is the one that I'm going to. Oh, I have to flip open because I'm covering my camera. That might help. See, oh, automatically, boom, cleric. So let's go confirm. I'm playing the cleric. Let's go ahead and add another one. I usually play dwarfs too. So add another, let's get 2-player game going on here with the dwarf. And you can see they're all added to the party on there. Let's go ahead and go begin game. Okay, so we begin the game, and you can see right here that this is a private message. Only I can see this. Now, each player that's using their own individual thing will get something like this. It's only for that player. This one tells me that if I ever want to pick locks, I can use the lock picks, which are K6, so I can go get those. Those are little circular tokens that actually have them off screen over there, which I'll grab in a second. And if I want to pick the lock there, it also tells me I can add the divining key, JQ, to my personal inventory now. I can scan it as an action whenever I want to use it. So it tells me a little backstory with little links to different stuff for descriptions of stuff, and that I can close. He leads me to a rotting door, so I can close that. See, now I'm going to get the one for the dwarf. You know, for the dwarf player, you know, they can read this. If I ever want to break anything, I can use the interact action. You use that to try to interact with stuff that's on the map, different items and everything. Let's go ahead and close this, and we'll start the adventure. So that's starting the scenario, and it tells you get your room A5. Place it down and place the different stuff, and it tells you, and you can actually do this on the board. Let me go ahead and get this set up according to the scenario. Okay, we've got our room A5 set up. It's got the QR code down the bottom. You can see it's got these little notches in the side, which is where we could put doorways whenever it instructs us. But right now it hasn't instructed us to do that yet. I do have K6 right here. Remember, those are those lockpicks it was talking about. There's K6 on this side, and it has the QR code on the back. I will put this on my character sheet to get ready. And before we get too far ahead, I also wanted to show that each character starts out with a set of basic abilities and advanced ability cards. But they show your range, what kind of attack it is, what kind of damage it does, and a speed number. Speed determines where you go in combat for your card, because you'll scan it in. We'll get to that in a second. But you take these, you place them face down, and you shuffle them up and place them off to the side of your character card. Let the camera readjust a little bit. So let's go ahead and get this on the road. It tells us right here, I back up a little bit, ooh, wrong way, back up a little bit. It tells us once we've got this and everything that Taelmoor involves choosing an action and then scanning that for a target. So it tells us to go ahead and inspect, plus the inspect action button, and scan the QR code. I'm not sure about how far we're into this, but let's go ahead and do this. See, it says, ooh, we're at the gloomy entrance. Now that we selected class cards and got our combat cards, we're in our initiation test in the first room. So go ahead, and it basically says the same thing it did. So it tells us to go ahead, tap inspect, and hit the QR code. So I'm going to go inspect, and it'll bring up the camera right there, and I will be able to scan right there, and tells me inspect the gloomy entrance. Let's go ahead and confirm and see what this says. The trial begins. You're inside the building. The inside of the building is just as run down as the outside. It looks like it's long since been abandoned. You stand in the entryway with Alder Mink, who is EC, waiting a few feet ahead of you. And so EC, Alder Mink, is a character, and there are standees that are included in this with QR codes. So if you want to talk to people, you'll be able to scan them and interact with them also. And it says, welcome to the trial. Somewhere in this building is your membership medallions for the Shattered Band. It said, other than them, the room also has a barrel in it, which is J8 in the southeast corner, and an old door D1 to the north, so we can add the door to the map. Unless otherwise instructed, remember to always place the highlighted cards in the current room, A5 in this case, and do so now. So it's going to have us do that and place them on the board. And this is how play goes. And there's combat. This is an immersive narrative adventure. I love dungeon crawls. I love RPGs, and this actually scratches the itch. I've played this with a bunch of people in my gaming group, and they all love it. It's on Kickstarter now. I'm going to wrap up this quickie preview right now. I wish I could show you more of the game. Hopefully, after the Kickstarter funds, I'll get my copy and I will do a playthrough of the adventure, because it is a great game. So this is Logan for Logan Child's Quickie Previews. This has been Taelmoor. It's on Kickstarter now, so go over there. The link is in the description. Go check it out. And as always, happy gaming, and we will see you next time.